UCLA Emergency Department. I'm Dr. Greg Moran. I'm the chief of the department here. And because it's not really practical to bring everybody up here during the interview day, we're going to give you a virtual tour of our emergency department. And we'll also talk a little bit about our component of our residency training program in emergency medicine. Let's go show you around. The history of Olive View. First, Olive View is located in the North Los Angeles neighborhood of Sylmar, which sits in the foothills of the western part of the San Gabriel Mountains. The name Olive View is a tribute to the olive production history of Sylmar, which produced world-class olives starting about 150 years ago. Then came the original tuberculosis sanitarium in the 1920s, which was expanded into a county hospital in the 1960s. In the 1970s, we had the new hospital destroyed by an earthquake, but we rebuilt and continued to expand despite earthquakes and wildfires. In 2011, we built a new 15,000 square foot emergency department with 51 beds, most of which are private rooms with monitoring and resuscitation equipment.
Part of what I want to do to elevate the educational mission of UCLA is to keep all of you in the forefront, because it is such an important part of residency training to actually take care of patients in the safety net. I definitely run into patients here who say, oh, my grandfather was on the TB unit and our family lived here. And I definitely have seen friends and colleagues who, everybody knows someone who's been at all of you.
Olive View UCLA is one of the LA County hospitals, along with Harbor and LA County USC. We provide care to roughly 5 million underserved residents in North Los Angeles, as well as many patients who come from Latin America, Asia, and Europe. Many of our patients have infrequent or even no primary care, so we're often the very first providers they've seen in a long time. This gives us a lot of bread and butter core emergency medicine pathology, coupled with advanced delayed diagnoses that you're not likely to see anywhere else. Nearly every day you'll see patients in diabetic ketoacidosis, acute heart failure, acute surgical pathology, or those who present with a new diagnosis of cancer. Pediatric patients make up about 10% of our population, so you'll see many common pediatric presentations as well.
Olive View truly is a special place. We have an international medically indigent population here, and if you are a good case junkie like I am, you will see things that haven't been seen in the United States for 30 to 50 years. You get to be a detective. You get to really practice medicine in the true sense of the word. I feel very happy about what you're doing, because we really make a difference in the population we serve.
To recap everything, we have a gentleman here who has a history of end-stage renal coming in, initially bradycardic to the 30s. You see 1.5 match of peak, and now is on the drip. It's like his heart rate is improving.
Perhaps the best part of training here at Olive View is the autonomy you're allowed here. Being a county hospital, we don't have all the resources that you might have at a tertiary referral center, but this provides great balanced training for our residents. Most of our consultants are not in-house, so you learn to operate independently, knowing what emergency physicians should know, and a step more. We do our own procedures, such as orthopedic reductions, but we have a full consultant panel and clinics to arrange follow-up.
Yeah, as a fourth year, you're starting to become more aware of what's going on in the actual department, as far as like people backing up in the waiting room or people getting screened, especially overnight. That's more of an issue. And then like where the sick patients are. But then a little bit later in the year, you start taking on a role where you're doing practice attending, and you're taking the reports of some of the sub-Is, more junior residents, helping out with procedures, taking on more responsibility with the education while still seeing your own patients.
We have a great faculty group, some of whom you'll get to meet in this video. We have many faculty who are double boarded in emergency medicine and internal medicine, as well as those with fellowship training in research, ultrasound, and medical informatics. Most of our faculty are nationally known, with many who speak at national meetings like ASAP and SABM, as well as those who participate in national committees. In addition, our faculty lead federally and nationally funded research projects in areas like infectious diseases, health policy and equity, clinical care, and ultrasound. In terms of research,